Royalty comes with an associated sense of luxury and class, but Qatari royals eat, breathe and thrive in the lap of luxury. As prestigious as monarchs worldwide might be, only a few can boast of mega yachts, private islands and ownership of football clubs. These royals are the definition of kings amongst kings. Join me on a dive into their luxurious life. All that glitters plus gold. The Al Thani family's net worth is nothing short of staggering, with their wealth estimated at around $335 billion. The head of the royal family, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, is worth around $2 billion alone. A significant aspect of their wealth is their extensive property portfolio. One of their most stunning residences is the Al Rayyan Palace. This palace is a sprawling estate that screams luxury and sophistication. The exterior features grand facades, expansive courtyards and lush gardens. Inside, the palace is adorned with gold, crystal chandeliers and exquisite marble floors. The palace also boasts a private cinema, a helipad and a fleet of luxury cars. Another remarkable residence is the Al Shakab Stud Farm, which is not just a palace but also a world-class horsekeeping facility. Established in 1992 by Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the former Emir of Qatar, Al Shakab is dedicated to preserving the Arabian horse breed. The farm features luxurious stables, training arenas and a veterinary clinic, all designed to provide the best care for the horses. The Al Thani residences are not limited to Qatar. One of their most iconic properties abroad is the Dudley House in London. Purchased in 2006 for an estimated $105 million, Dudley House is one of the most expensive private residences in the world. This Grade 2 listed building dates back to the early 19th century and has been carefully restored to its former glory. The interiors are a nod to luxury, with gilded ceilings, antique furniture and priceless artworks. The residence also includes a private cinema, a ballroom and a wine cellar, making it a true palace in the heart of London. In Paris, the Al Thani family owns the Hôtel Lambert, a 17th century mansion located on the Ile Saint-Louis. Acquired in 2007 for an estimated $88.9 million, the mansion features grand salons, a private chapel, and a stunning garden overlooking the Seine River. The Al Thani family's love for luxury extends to their private island, Al Safliya Island, located off the coast of Doha. This exclusive retreat is a paradise of white sandy beaches, crystal clear waters and lush greenery. The island features several lavish villas, each with its own private beach, swimming pool and helipad. You heard me right. Each villa has its helipad. The main residence on the island is a palatial villa with luxurious interiors and sweeping views of the Arabian Gulf. One of the most sensational modern residences owned by the Al Thani family is the Royal Palace in Doha, also known as the Emiri Diwan. This grand palace serves as the official residence of the Emir of Qatar and is the center of the country's political power. The complex is covered in gold and consists of 15 palaces and a car park for over 500 cars. The Al Thani property portfolio even includes a $41 million mansion in Manhattan for their servants. Kinda makes you want to become one of the servants, doesn't it? I'll let you know if any spots open up. With such immense wealth at their disposal, it's no surprise that the Al Thani family has developed a taste for luxury vehicles. One of the crown jewels of their collection is the Bugatti Veyron. The Al Thani family owns multiple versions of this hypercar, including the Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse. This particular model boasts a top speed of over 400 kilometers per hour and is valued at over $2 million. Another standout in their collection is the Lamborghini Veneno. This car is so rare that only 9 units were ever produced, and the Al Thani family managed to secure not one but 2 of these masterpieces. Each Veneno is valued at over $4 million, making it one of the most expensive cars in the world. The Ferrari LaFerrari is another gem in their collection. This hybrid hypercar combines a V12 engine with an electric motor to deliver a staggering 950 horsepower. The Al Thani family owns several LaFerraris, including the ultra-rare LaFerrari Aperta, which is valued at over $5 million. The Rolls-Royce Phantom is a staple in the Al Thani family's collection. Known for its unparalleled luxury and comfort, the Phantom is a symbol of wealth. The Al Thani family owns multiple Phantoms, each customized to their exact specifications. The McLaren P1 is another highlight of their collection. This hybrid hypercar combines blistering speed with cutting-edge technology. The Al Thani family owns several P1S, including the rare P1 GTR, which is valued at over $3 million. The Aston Martin 177 is a rare and exclusive car in their collection, with only 77 units ever produced. The 177 is one of the rarest and most sought-after cars in the world. Each 177 is valued at over $2 million. The Mercedes Maybach S600 is another luxurious ride in the Al Thani family's collection. Known for its luxurious interior and smooth ride, the S600 is a favorite among the world's world's elite. The Al Thani family owns multiple S600S. The Porsche 918 Spider is another standout in their collection. This hybrid hypercar combines a V8 engine with an electric motor to deliver a staggering 877 horsepower. The Al Thani family owns multiple 918 Spiders, each customized to their exact specifications. The Koenigsegg Agera RS is a hypercar that combines top speeds with cutting-edge technology. The Al Thani family owns several Agera RS models, including the unique Agera RS Griffon, valued at over $5 million. The Bentley Mulsanne is another luxurious ride in the Al Thani family's collection. The Al Thani family owns multiple Mulsannes, each customized to their exact specifications. The Al Thani family owns several Lexus LFAs, including the LFA Nürburgring edition, which is valued at over $1 million. The Maserati MC12 is another rare and exclusive car in their collection. With only 50 units ever produced, the MC12 is one of the rarest cars in the world. Each MC12 is valued at over $2 million. Its combination of beauty and performance makes it a true collector's item. Beyond real estate and vehicles, the Al Thani family's wealth is also seen in their impressive art and jewelry collection. The roots of the Al Thani family's art collection can be traced back to the early 20th century, when Sheikh Abdullah bin Jassim Al Thani, the ruler of Qatar from 1913 to 1949, began acquiring Islamic art and cultural artifacts. Sheikh Abdullah's interest in preserving Qatar's heritage laid the foundation for what would become one of the most extensive and valuable art collections in the world. As Qatar's wealth grew, particularly after the discovery of oil in the 1940s, the Al Thani family had the means to expand their collection significantly. The family's passion for art was further fueled by Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad Al Thani, who ruled Qatar from 1973 to 1995. Sheikh Khalifa's reign saw a significant increase in the acquisition of both Islamic and Western art. One of the most celebrated pieces in the Al Thani family's art collection is Paul Cézanne's The Card Players. Acquired for a staggering $250 million in 2011, this masterpiece is considered one of the most expensive paintings ever sold. The Card Players is part of a series of 5 paintings created by Cézanne in the late 19th century. The painting's depiction of 2 peasants engrossed in a game of cards is a powerful representation of everyday life in rural France. Another remarkable piece in the family's collection is the Shahnameh of Shah Tahmasp, a 16th century Persian manuscript. This manuscript, also known as the Book of Kings, is one of the finest examples of Islamic art. It contains over 200 illustrations and intricate calligraphy depicting the epic tales of Persian kings and heroes. The Shahnameh is not only a literary masterpiece, but also a cultural treasure that reflects the rich history and artistic achievements of the Persian Empire. The Al Thani family's jewelry collection is equally impressive and has its origins in the family's historical connections with the Indian subcontinent and the Persian Gulf. One of the most notable pieces in their collection is the Pataliputra necklace, an ancient Indian necklace adorned with emeralds, diamonds, and pearls. This necklace, believed to be over 1,000 years old, is a testament to the family's interest in historical and cultural artifacts. The family's collection also includes the Qatar pearl, one of the largest natural pearls in the world. This pearl, weighing over 200 grams, symbolizes Qatar's rich maritime heritage and the family's connection to the sea. The pearl is often displayed at international exhibitions, drawing crowds eager to catch a glimpse of this rare gem. In recent years, the Al Thani family has continued to make headlines with their sensational acquisitions. One of the most shocking purchases was the Pink Star diamond for $71 million in 2017. This flawless 59-carat pink diamond is one of the most expensive gemstones ever sold at auction. Business interests. The Al Thani family's journey to becoming one of the wealthiest and most influential royal families in the world began with their early business ventures and investments within Qatar. The foundation of their immense wealth can be traced back to the discovery of oil and gas in the region. In the early 20th century, Qatar was a small, underdeveloped nation with limited resources. The Al Thani family, who had been ruling the country since the mid-19th century, recognized the potential of the region's untapped natural resources. The turning point came in the 1940s when oil was discovered in the Duqan field, located on the western coast of Qatar. Under the leadership of Sheikh Abdullah bin Jassim Al Thani, the then Emir of Qatar, the country signed its first oil concession agreement with the Anglo-Persian Oil Company, which later became British Petroleum, BP. This agreement paved the way for the exploration and extraction of oil, bringing significant revenue to the country and the ruling family. As oil production increased, so did the wealth of the Al Thani family. They strategically reinvested the profits from the oil industry into developing the country's infrastructure infrastructure and diversifying their business interests. One of the key areas of investment was the establishment of Qatar Petroleum, the state-owned oil and gas company. Founded in 1974, Qatar Petroleum became the backbone of the country's economy and a major source of revenue for the Al Thani family. The Al Thani family's involvement in the oil and gas industry did not stop at extraction and production. They also invested in building the necessary infrastructure to support the industry, including refineries, pipelines, and export terminals. These investments ensured that Qatar could efficiently process and export its oil and gas, further boosting the country's economy and the family's wealth. Another early venture was the establishment of Qatar National Bank, QNB, in 1964. As the country's first commercial bank, QNB played a vital role in supporting the growth of various industries and providing financial services to businesses and individuals. The Al Thani family's strategic investments in the banking sector extended beyond QNB. They also established Qatar Investment Authority, QIA, in 2005, the country's sovereign wealth fund. QIA was created to manage and invest surplus revenues from the oil and gas industry, ensuring Qatar's long-term financial stability. The fund's investments span across various sectors, including real estate, infrastructure, and technology, both within Qatar and globally. In 1995, Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the then Emir of Qatar, established Qatar Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to education, research, and community development. Qatar Foundation's flagship project, Education City, hosts branches of several prestigious international universities, providing world-class education to Qatari students and attracting talent from around the world. The Al Thani family also made significant investments in various sectors, including finance, technology, and infrastructure. In the technology sector, they have acquired stakes in companies like Volkswagen, Siemens, and Barclays, further diversifying their investment portfolio. The family has a passion for sports and has hosted international championships, with football being a favorite. In 2011, Qatar Sports Investments, a subsidiary of the Qatar Investment Authority, acquired the Paris Saint-Germain football club. This move was orchestrated by Nasser Al-Khelaifi, a close associate of the Al Thani family and the chairman of Qatar Sports Investments. Before the takeover, PSG was a club with a rich history but limited success on the European stage. The Al Thani family's immense wealth transformed the club almost overnight. With an influx of capital, PSG began to attract some of the biggest names in football. The club's first major signing under the new ownership was Javier Pastore, an Argentine midfielder, for a then record fee of $46 million. This was just the beginning. In 2013, PSG made headlines again by signing Brazilian superstar Neymar Jr. from Barcelona for a staggering $246 million, making it the most expensive transfer in football history at the time. This was followed by the acquisition of French prodigy Kylian Mbappe from AS Monaco for $235 million. The impact of the Al Thani family's investment on PSG's success was immediate and profound. The club won multiple Ligue 1 titles and domestic cups and consistently reached the latter stages of the UEFA Champions League. The 2019 to 2020 season saw PSG reach the Champions League final for the first time in their history, but the influence of the Al Thani family extended beyond the pitch. They invested heavily in the club's infrastructure, including the renovation of the Parc des Princes Stadium and the construction of a state-of-the-art training facility. These investments not only enhanced the club's appeal to top players, but also solidified its status as a global football powerhouse. The acquisition of PSG was more than just a financial investment. It was a strategic move to elevate Qatar's global standing. By owning one of the most glamorous football clubs in the world, the Al Thani family positioned Qatar as a key player in the global sports arena. This move also aligned with Qatar's broader vision of using sports as a tool for economic diversification and international diplomacy. Another notable area of their involvement is horse racing. Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Thani, a prominent member of the family, has made a significant impact in this elite sport. His racehorses have competed and triumphed in prestigious events worldwide, including the Qatar Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, one of the most coveted titles in horse racing. In the realm of motorsports, the Al Thani family has left an indelible mark through the Qatar Motor and Motorcycle Federation. Since 2004, Qatar has hosted the Qatar Grand Prix, a major event in the MotoGP calendar. The Losail International Circuit, built specifically for this event, stands as a testament to their commitment to motorsports. This state-of-the-art facility has also hosted other significant events, such as the World Superbike Championship and the FIA World Endurance Championship. The Al Thani family's influence extends to tennis as well. The Qatar Tennis Federation, under their patronage, has successfully hosted the Qatar Open, an ATP World Tour event, since 1993. This tournament attracts top tennis players from around the globe, adding to Qatar's growing portfolio of high-profile sporting events. The family's investments in tennis infrastructure, including the Khalifa International Tennis and Squash Complex, have played a crucial role in elevating the sport's profile in the region. The Al Thani family's strategic vision for sports investments was perhaps best seen by Qatar's successful bid to host the 2022 FIFA World Cup. This huge achievement was the result of years of meticulous planning and lobbying, with the Al Thani family at the forefront. Their investments in infrastructure, including the construction of state-of-the-art stadiums and transportation networks, have been instrumental in preparing for the event. The ruling Al Thani family has also become a major player in the luxury fashion sector, investing in prestigious European brands. The family's journey into the luxury fashion industry began with a vision that combined cultural pride and strategic economic foresight. Their first major acquisition came in 2012 with the purchase of Valentino. The Italian fashion house, renowned for its exquisite craftsmanship and timeless elegance, was acquired for a jaw-dropping $916 million. Following their groundbreaking acquisition of Valentino, the Al Thani family continued to expand their influence in the luxury fashion industry with a series of high-profile acquisitions. In March 2012, Qatar Holding, a subsidiary of QIA, made headlines again by acquiring a stake of slightly more than 1% in French luxury goods group LVMH Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. The deal was estimated at sitcoms for $915 million. In February 2013, Qatar Investment Authority QIA increased its stake in Tiffany & Company from 8.7% to 11.3%. This move involved the acquisition of an additional 3.2 million shares of the luxe retailer, giving Qatar a total of 14.3 million shares in the iconic jewelry brand. Their next major move came in 2016, when Mayhoola for Investments acquired Balmain, the iconic French fashion house, for an estimated $654 million. Known for its bold designs and celebrity endorsements, Balmain was a perfect addition to the Al Thani family's growing portfolio of luxury brands. But the Al Thani family's ambitions did not stop there. In 2018, they acquired a significant stake in the British luxury department store Harrods. This acquisition was particularly symbolic, as Harrods is one of the most prestigious retail establishments in the world. Owning a piece of this iconic store not only enhanced their portfolio, but also reinforced their status as a major player in the luxury retail sector. The Al Thani family's influence extends beyond individual brands to entire retail empires. According to reports, Borletti and Arif had been in talks with Qatari investors about selling the French department store Printemps for approximately $2.23 billion. The deal, executed by Qatar Holding through its Luxembourg-registered Divine Investments, DISA, further demonstrated Qatar's aggressive expansion strategy in the luxury retail sector. Media attention and controversies. The Qatar royal family has close ties with other royal families, including the British royal family. An event that captured the attention of both the public and the media was Queen Elizabeth's visit to Dudley House. The Queen's visits are typically marked by formality and grace. However, her visit to Dudley House was anything but ordinary. Upon entering the mansion, Queen Elizabeth was reportedly taken aback by its splendor. Dudley House, with its lavish interiors and luxurious amenities, was unlike anything she had seen before. In a rare moment of candidness, the Queen remarked, "This place makes Buckingham Palace look rather dull." This comment, coming in January from a monarch who resided in one of the most iconic palaces in the world, was nothing short of sensational. The Queen's remark quickly became the talk of the town. The media seized upon her comment, and it was widely reported in newspapers and television broadcasts. Headlines such as "Queen Elizabeth in awe of Dudley House" and "Buckingham Palace dwarfed by Mayfair Mansion" dominated the news cycle. The reaction to Queen Elizabeth's comment was a mix of astonishment and curiosity. Many people were eager to learn more about Dudley House and its owner. Queen Elizabeth's visit to Dudley House and her candid comment also highlighted the close ties between the British royal family and the Qatari royal family. The story of the strong relationship between the British royal family and the Al Thani family begins in the early 20th century, during a time when Qatar was under British protection. The Al Thani family, who have ruled Qatar since the mid-19th century, found themselves navigating a complex geopolitical landscape. In 1917, Sheikh Abdullah bin Jassim Al Thani signed a crucial treaty with the British government. This agreement ensured British protection and support for Qatar in exchange for control over the country's foreign policy. The British influence in Qatar was significant during this period. British officials played a key role in advising the Al Thani family on matters of governance and international relations. This relationship was not just political but also personal. The British royal family and the Al Thani family developed a mutual respect and understanding that would lay the foundation for their future interactions. One of the earliest earliest and most notable connections between the two families was the visit of Sheikh Abdullah bin Jassim Al Thani to the United Kingdom in the 1920s. This visit was a significant event as it marked the first time a member of the Al Thani family had travelled to Britain. During his visit, Sheikh Abdullah met with several members of the British royal family, including King George V. By the time Qatar gained independence in 1971, the relationship between the British royal family and the Al Thani family was well established. Despite the end of the formal protectorate, the two families maintained their close ties. The British royal family, particularly Queen Elizabeth II, continued to show a keen interest in Qatar and its development. This interest was reciprocated by the Al Thani family, who valued the historical connection and sought to maintain strong relations with the United Kingdom. The Qatar royal family hosted the 2022 FIFA World Cup. The preparations for this involved the construction of new stadiums, hotels, transportation networks, and other facilities. The Thani family invested billions of dollars into these projects, aiming to create state-of-the-art venues and ensure a seamless experience for visitors. As the tournament approached, expectations were high. The Thani family and the Qatari government worked tirelessly to ensure that everything was in place for a successful event. They collaborated with international organizations, including FIFA, to address logistical challenges and implement best practices for hosting a world-class tournament. The family also sought to engage with the global community, inviting fans, media, and dignitaries from around the world to experience Qatari hospitality and culture. During the 2022 FIFA World Cup, there was a total ban on the sale of alcohol at World Cup stadiums just hours before the tournament began. Before the kick-off of the 2022 FIFA World Cup, the Al Thani family made a shocking announcement: a total ban on the sale of alcohol at World Cup stadiums. The news broke like a thunderbolt. Reports said that the ban was imposed by the royal family, citing cultural and religious reasons. While it came as a shock to some, many weren't shaken by the news. It is known that Qatar is a conservative Muslim nation that has strict regulations on alcohol consumption, and the World Cup was no exception. The Al Thani family, adhering to Islamic principles, decided to uphold these regulations even during the world's most celebrated football event. As you would suspect, many weren't thrilled about the news. The immediate reactions from fans were a mix of disappointment and frustration. Many had travelled from far and wide, expecting to enjoy the matches with a cold beer in hand. Sponsors, particularly those from the beverage industry, were also caught off guard. The alcohol ban posed a significant challenge to their marketing strategies and revenue projections. The Al Thani family, as the custodians of Qatari culture and tradition, chose to uphold Islamic laws and values during the World Cup. For the Al Thani family, this decision was not merely about enforcing a ban, but about preserving the cultural and religious integrity of their nation. They believed that hosting the World Cup should not come at the expense of compromising their deeply held beliefs. This stance, while controversial, was a reflection of their commitment to maintaining Qatar's identity on the global stage. Despite the initial backlash, many fans adapted to the new reality. Non-alcoholic beverages and alternative entertainment options became the norm at stadiums. While the atmosphere was undoubtedly different, the spirit of the game remained intact. The Al Thani family's decision sparked a global conversation about cultural respect and the balance between tradition and modernity. With their $335 billion net worth, the Al Thani family attracts admiration and envy from fans worldwide. These guys, though, went the extra mile and did a little more than admiring from afar. This happened in a movie-style heist of their jewelry collection in Venice, Italy. The Al Thani family's jewelry collection is nothing short of legendary. This collection, known as Treasures of the Mughals and the Maharajas, is a dazzling array of 275 pieces of ancient Indian and Asian jewelry and precious objects. The mastermind behind this extraordinary collection is Sheikh Hamad bin Abdullah Al Thani, a first cousin of Sheikh Tamim, the Emir of Qatar. He embarked on a mission to amass the most important collection of historical Indian jewelry in private hands. Over the years, his collection grew to include some of the most exquisite and rare pieces from the Mughal and Maharaja eras. The Al Thani Foundation, established by Sheikh Hamad, has made it a mission to share this incredible collection with the world. The Treasures of the Mughals and the Maharajas exhibition has traveled to prestigious venues in Paris and Japan, drawing crowds of admirers and connoisseurs. In September 2017, the collection made its debut in Italy at the Palazzo Ducale in Venice, one of the most iconic and historically significant buildings in the city. The display was carefully curated, with each piece showcased in specially designed, supposedly unbreakable glass cases. The Al Thani Foundation spared no expense in ensuring the security and preservation of these priceless treasures. However, despite the security measures, the unthinkable happened. On the last day of the exhibition, a daring heist took place, leaving the world in shock. The thieves managed to bypass the unbreakable glass cases and make off with several pieces of jewelry, including works by the renowned jeweler bagat. The audacity and precision of the heist have left many questions unanswered up until today. When it comes to being rich, there are levels to it. The Al Thani's wealth is proof of that. Forget the Kardashians, forget the Waltons, forget whoever buys all the toilet paper in bulk during a pandemic. Today we're diving into the lives of the richest family you've probably never heard of, but soon won't be able to forget. These folks have swimming pools filled with champagne. And their pet tigers, they don't just roar, they have a personal orchestra. So get ready to have your mind blown and your jaw drop to the floor as we take a look at the Qatar royal family that's wealthier than, well, pretty much everybody. World's biggest landlords. Imagine a world where wealth knows no bounds, where the richest family in Qatar, the Al Thani family, lives a life that gives luxury a new meaning. With a staggering net worth of 150 billion US dollars, their collection of luxury items is nothing short of a modern-day treasure trove. From the skies to the seas, their assets are a testament to their royal status and financial prowess. The Al Thani family, Qatar's ruling dynasty, has long been synonymous with grandeur and extravagance. Their investments in luxury properties and real estate across the globe are a testament to their immense wealth and influence. From the heart of Europe to the shores of the Americas, the Al Thani property portfolio is as diverse as it is luxurious. In the bustling metropolis of London, the Al Thani family has made a significant mark. They own a collection of properties that would make even the most seasoned real estate moguls feel lacking. One of their crown jewels is the iconic Harrods department store, purchased for a staggering £1.5 billion. This historic shopping destination in Knightsbridge, acquired in 2010, is not just a retail space, but a symbol of luxury that attracts millions from around the world. But the family's presence in London doesn't end there. They have also acquired significant real estate in the city's most affluent areas, including Mayfair and Canary Wharf. The Shard, Western Europe's tallest building, soars into the sky as a shining example of their investment prowess. This architectural marvel, which cost the family £150 million, houses premium office space, world-class restaurants, and a five-star hotel, all of which redefine the London skyline. Across the Channel, the Al Thani family's property interests extend to the romantic city of Paris. Here they own the majestic Hotel Lambert, a private mansion on the Ile. Saint-Louis, this historic building, which was purchased for about €80 million in 2007, is a piece of French history and a showcase of the family's appreciation for European architecture and heritage. The family's real estate empire also includes a stunning portfolio of properties in the United States. In New York City, they have invested in prime Manhattan real estate, including a $65 million penthouse at the famous 157 skyscraper known as Billionaire's Row. This luxurious abode offers breathtaking views of Central Park and is a symbol of their global real estate footprint. Moving to the sun-kissed beaches of the Caribbean, the Al Thani family spared no expense in acquiring private islands. These secluded paradises offer a retreat and a sense of privacy from the public. The islands are not just homes but sanctuaries that provide a respite from their duties back home in Qatar. Extravagant lifestyles. The Al Thani family also has a penchant for the works of legendary jewelers such as Cartier and Van Cleef and Arpels. Their collection includes bespoke pieces that have been crafted with the rarest of gemstones, including diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. Each piece tells a story of its own, a story of meticulous craftsmanship and the pursuit of perfection. The family's art collection is equally impressive, featuring original works by masters like Paul Cézanne, Mark Rothko, and Damien Hirst. These pieces are not merely decorative, they are investments that appreciate over time, reflecting the family's strategic approach to collecting art. The Al Thani have been known to loan out their art to museums and galleries, sharing their treasures with the world and establishing themselves as patrons of the arts. Their involvement in the art world extends beyond collecting. The Al Thani family has been instrumental in establishing Qatar as a cultural hub in the Middle East. They have founded museums and galleries that house some of the most significant art collections in the region. The Museum of Islamic Art in Doha, for example, is proof of their dedication to preserving and showcasing Islamic art and culture. The family's influence in the art world is also evident in their role as benefactors and sponsors of major art events. They have been known to support artists and exhibitions that align with their vision of promoting art and culture on a global scale. This patronage not only enriches the cultural landscape, but also cements the family's status as cultural connoisseurs. The Al Thani family's penchant for luxury is not confined to real estate or shiny jewels. Their collection of vehicles and yachts is a testament to their love for the finer things in life. life, where every mode of transport they own is a masterpiece of engineering and design. Let's start with their fleet of cars, every car lover's dream. The family's garage houses some of the rarest and most expensive cars of the world. Among them is the Bugatti Veyron, a car that merges art and technology with a price tag that runs into the millions of dollars. But it's not just one Veyron. The Althanis are rumored to own several, each with customized specifications. The family's passion for speed and luxury doesn't end with cars. They also have an affinity for bespoke supercars that are as exclusive as they are fast. Take, for instance, the Lycan Hypersport, a hypercar with diamond-encrusted headlights and a holographic display system. With only 7 units ever produced, it's a car that commands attention and showcases the family's desire to own the rarest pieces of automotive history. But the Althanis' love for luxury vehicles isn't just about land. It extends to the sea as well. Their collection of yachts is equally impressive, with each vessel more lavish than the last. The crown jewel of their maritime fleet is the Al Mirkab, one of the largest and most opulent yachts in the world. This floating palace, which cost about $300 million, is equipped with every imaginable amenity, including a helipad, a swimming pool, a movie theater, and accommodations for up to 24 guests and 55 crew members. The Al Mirkab is a clear display of the family's wealth and their understanding of luxury at sea. However, it's not the only yacht that graces their collection. They also own the Qatar, another behemoth of the seas, which stretches over 124 meters in length. This yacht is a sanctuary of tranquility and luxury, with interiors that rival the grandeur of the finest hotels. The Althani family's collection of vehicles and yachts is a mobile testament to their status as one of the wealthiest families in the world. Each car and yacht is carefully curated to represent the highest level of luxury and performance. The family's vehicles are not just modes of transportation, they are symbols of their royal lineage and their commitment to living life on a grand scale. Their investment strategy. The Althanis' wealth is legendary, their influence global, but what truly sets them apart is their insatiable appetite for the world's most exclusive assets. The Althani family has not just dipped their toes, but plunged headfirst into the luxurious waters of Italy's fashion industry, making waves that ripple across the globe. In 2012, a year that would forever change the landscape of high fashion, the Althani's investment arm, Mayhoola for Investments, swept in with the grace of a seasoned couturier and acquired the Valentino fashion group. The price tag? A cool $858 million. This wasn't merely a transaction. It was akin to acquiring the crown jewels of fashion. Valentino, a name that resonates with elegance and prestige, became a jewel in the Althani's luxury portfolio. But what drives a royal family to invest in the world of haute couture? It's not just about the garments that grace runways and red carpets. It's about the power and influence that come with owning a slice of cultural heritage. Valentino is not just a brand. It's a symbol of Italian craftsmanship and timeless style, a beacon of luxury that attracts the elite from every corner of the earth. The acquisition of Valentino was a masterstroke, but the Althani's fashion foray didn't end there. They turned their gaze to other iconic brands, stitching their name into the very fabric of the fashion world. The Althani's influence extends beyond the runway. They've invested in the places where fashion is not just sold, but celebrated. The Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II in Milan, one of the world's oldest shopping malls, is a cathedral of commerce where the Althani family has claimed their space. Here, under the glass-vaulted arcades, luxury brands vie for attention, and the Althani's investments ensure they have a front-row seat to the spectacle of high-end retail. But why Italy, you might ask? The answer lies in the allure of the Made in Italy label, a mark of quality that transcends borders and generations. Italy's fashion industry is of tradition and innovation, where artisanal techniques meet cutting-edge design. By investing in Italian luxury brands, the Althani family aligns themselves with a legacy of excellence, a narrative that speaks of prestige and sophistication. The impact of these investments is profound. As we continue our journey through the lavish world of the Althani family's investments, we turn our attention to the realm of luxury hospitality, where they have laid claim to some of Italy's most prestigious hotels and exclusive clubs. This is where the art of opulence meets the business of leisure, and the Althanis have checked in not just as guests, but as proprietors of grandeur. The story unfolds in the picturesque landscapes of Italy, where the Althani family has handpicked properties that are not merely accommodations, but destinations in their own right. The Four Seasons Hotel in Florence, a sanctuary of splendor located within the historic Gherardesca Palace, was acquired for a sum that whispers of extravagance, approximately $196 million. This hotel, a masterpiece of Renaissance beauty, offers more than just a stay. It offers an experience steeped in history and wrapped in the luxury that the Althanis are renowned for. But why stop at one when you can own a collection? The Althani's portfolio of Italian hotels reads like a love letter to luxury. The Gallia Hotel in Milan, a beacon of modern luxury, and the Westin Excelsior St. Regis in Rome, where timeless timeless elegance meets contemporary comfort. The Aleph Hotel Boscolo, a fusion of Italian chic and Qatari grandeur, and the Gritti Palace in Venice, a historic gem that has played host to the world's elite. All these properties now bask in the glow of Qatari investment. Each hotel is a testament to the Al Thani family's commitment to preserving the essence of Italian elegance while infusing it with their own brand of luxury. These are not just places where one lays their head to rest. They are palaces of pleasure, where every detail is meticulously curated to provide an experience that is nothing short of regal. The Al Thani's influence extends beyond the well-decorated lobbies and plush suites of these hotels. They have ventured into the exclusive realm of clubs and resorts, where privacy and privilege are the currency. In Sardinia, the Mediterranean jewel, the family's investment company, Qatar Hospitality, acquired a significant portion of the Costa Smeralda from Colony Capital. This deal, worth over $600 million, included not just 4 five-star hotels, but also the seashore, the shipyard of Porto Cervo, and the Pevero Golf Club. Amidst the emerald waters and the golden sands, the Al Thanis have created an enclave of exclusivity, a retreat for the rich and the royal. But the Al Thani's vision for their Italian investments is not confined to the leisure of the few. They have shown a keen interest in the well-being of the many, as evidenced by their involvement in the healthcare sector. The Mater Olbia Hospital, a project that promises to elevate the standard of healthcare in the region, is a more recent addition to their portfolio. Though its completion was delayed, the Al Thani's commitment to this venture underscores their dedication to leaving a positive and lasting impact on the communities they touch. The Al Thani family's investments in Italy's luxury hotels and exclusive clubs are more than just a display of wealth. They showcase their desire to blend cultural reverence with contemporary luxury. Each property, each club under their ownership is a chapter in a story that celebrates the art of living well. They are not just investors, they are custodians of a legacy that marries the splendor of the past with the vision of the future. In the grand scheme of the Al Thani's investments, these hotels and clubs are not mere assets, they are jewels in a crown that spans continents. They represent a commitment to excellence, a dedication to the extraordinary, and a deep appreciation for the allure of Italian hospitality. Lavish celebrations and events. From the heart of Doha to the far reaches of the globe, the Al Thani's lavish celebrations are not just parties, they are monumental events that redefine luxury. The significance of these celebrations can be traced back to the early days of Sheikh Jassim bin Mohammed Al Thani, the founder of modern Qatar, who understood the power of hospitality and the role it played in forging alliances. This tradition has been upheld and magnified by his descendants, who have taken the concept of hospitality to new heights. The Al Thani family's events are a blend of traditional Arab customs and modern luxury, creating a unique experience that leaves a lasting impression on all who attend. One of the most notable aspects of the Al Thani family's celebrations is their scale. They are grandiose affairs that can last for days, with guests numbering in the thousands. Lavish tents are often erected, adorned with the finest fabrics and filled with the aroma of exotic perfumes. The air is filled with the sound of traditional music, while guests are treated to an array of gourmet cuisine that fuses Qatari flavors with international culinary artistry. The family's commitment to showcasing Qatari culture is evident in the inclusion of traditional elements such as falconry displays, camel races, and poetry recitals. These cultural touchstones are not only a tribute to the past, but also serve to educate and entertain guests from around the world about the rich tapestry of Qatari heritage. The Al Thani family's celebrations also serve as a platform for showcasing the country's advancements. State-of-the-art technology is often on full display, with cutting-edge lighting and sound systems transforming venues into mesmerizing environments. The family's patronage of the arts is also evident, with commissioned works from renowned artists and performances by internationally acclaimed entertainers. The cost of these events is rarely disclosed, but it is clear that no expense is spared. The family's resources allow them to create experiences that are the epitome of luxury. From custom-designed attire to the rarest of jewels, every detail is carefully curated to ensure that each celebration is a once-in-a-lifetime event. These events are a testament to the family's history, their present influence, and their vision for the future, making them a cornerstone of Qatari culture and an enduring legacy of the Al Thani dynasty. The Al Thani family's penchant for grand celebrations is not just well known, it is legendary. Among the most iconic and recent events that have left the world in awe is the wedding of Sheikha Maryam and Sheikh Abdallah Al Thani. This union, celebrated on the 4th of October 2019, was a spectacle of such magnitude that it became the talk of the town, the country, and indeed the world. Held at the Sheraton Grand Doha Resort and Convention Hotel, the wedding was a fusion of traditional Qatari customs and modern luxury, a hallmark of the Al Thani family's events. The Beirut-based wedding planning company White was tasked with bringing this vision to life, transforming the venue into a fairy tale setting. The grandeur of the event was captured in every frame by Parazar Production, whose photography and videography chronicled the opulence and emotion of the day. The wedding's design was a masterclass in elegance and sophistication. The venue was adorned with an abundance of flowers, crystal chandeliers, and bespoke decorations that created an atmosphere of enchantment. The floral arrangements were not just decorations but works of art, with roses, orchids, and lilies arranged in stunning displays that cascaded from ceilings and adorned tables. Entertainment is a crucial element of any Al Thani celebration, and Sheikha Mariam and Sheikh Abdallah's wedding was no exception. Guests were treated to performances by some of the finest musicians and dancers from around the world, with traditional Qatari music blending seamlessly with international tunes. The event was a sensory feast, with the sights and sounds creating a truly immersive experience. Another recent event that showcased the Al Thani family's love for lavish celebrations was the Qatar National Day. Celebrated annually on the 18th of December, the National Day is an opportunity for the Al Thani family to honor their heritage and display their commitment to the nation's progress. The day is marked by a series of events including parades, fireworks, and cultural performances, each more spectacular than the last. The National Day celebrations are a display of national pride and unity, with the Al Thani family at the center of the festivities. The events are broadcasted across the nation and the world, with millions tuning in to witness the grandeur. The skies of Doha light up with fireworks that are a visual symphony, choreographed to perfection, while the parades are a vibrant showcase of Qatari culture and military might. The Al Thani family celebrations are not confined to the borders of Qatar. They are known to host extravagant events across the globe, from Europe to the Americas. These international events are often diplomatic in nature, serving to strengthen Qatar's ties with other nations. The family's ability to blend Qatari traditions with the customs of their host countries shows their global outlook and the respect they command on the international stage. In every celebration, the Al Thani family's attention to detail is evident. From the invitations embossed with gold to the gourmet cuisine served on fine china, every aspect is thoughtfully curated. The family's events are a showcase of their wealth, yes, but also of their taste, their culture, and their generosity. These events are not just parties, they are milestones, each one a chapter in the family's storied history and a reflection of their place in the world. The Al Thani family, historical backgrounds, influence, and prominence. The Al Thani family, with power and influence that runs deep, it's only expected that their heritage is one of greatness. The Al Thani family's saga begins with their forebears, the Banu Tamim tribe, a lineage of warriors and poets that stretches back to the fabled Mudar bin Nizar. It was from the Nejdi town of Ushaiga that the tribe embarked on a journey that would lead them to the Gebrin oasis in southern Najd, and eventually to the uncharted terrains of Qatar in the early 18th century. Upon the sun-baked shores of Qatar, the Al Thani clan first settled in the southern town of Sikak. But the restless spirit of the tribe soon drove them northwest to the thriving pearl fishing village of Zubara and Al Ruwais. It was here, amidst the pearl divers and the sea-salted air, that the Al Thani's destiny began to crystallize. As the 19th century dawned under the sharp-witted leadership of Mohammed bin Thani, the Al Thani's influence grew rapidly. Mohammed, whose name would forever be etched into the records of history, was the son of Thani bin Mohammed, the patriarch whose name would lend itself to the dynasty. Mohammed bin Thani's shrewd alliance with the British, coupled with his diplomatic awareness, laid the cornerstone of Al Thani's rule over the Qatari peninsula. It was a rise to power underscored by strategic marriages and alliances, by the sword and the word, heralding the dawn of a new era for Qatar under the aegis of the Al Thani family. As the sands of time flowed into the late 19th century, the Al Thani family's influence was solidified under the leadership of Sheikh Mohammed bin Thani, who became the recognized ruler of Qatar. His reign from 1851 to 1878 marked the beginning of the Al Thani dynasty's official rule. His son, Sheikh Jassim bin Mohammed Al Thani, known as the founder of modern Qatar, took the reins in 1878. A visionary leader, Sheikh Jassim's indomitable spirit and military prowess were instrumental in fending off Ottoman incursions, thereby asserting Qatar's sovereignty. The early 20th century saw a series of swift leadership transitions within the Al Thani family. Sheikh Jassim Ibrahim's brother Sheikh Ahmad bin Mohammed Al Thani ruled briefly after his abdication, but met an untimely death in 1905. Sheikh Abdullah bin Jassim Al Thani then ascended the throne in 1913, ushering in an era of transformation. Under his rule, Qatar signed its first treaty with the British, laying the groundwork for future prosperity. The mid-20th century ushered in a new age of development as oil was discovered. Sheikh Ali bin Abdullah Al Thani, who became the emir in 1949, navigated the nation through the burgeoning oil economy. His successor, Sheikh Ahmad bin Ali Al Thani, continued this legacy, but it was Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad Al Thani, ascending to power in 1972, who truly capitalized on the oil wealth, modernizing the nation's infrastructure and education system. The turn of the 21st century was marked by a peaceful transition of power, a hallmark of the Al Thani leadership. Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, who took over in 1995, catapulted Qatar onto the global stage, initiating the development of Qatar Foundation and Al Jazeera Network, transforming the nation into an educational and media hub. The baton of leadership was passed to Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani in 2013, who continues to steer Qatar towards unprecedented heights, with the nation set to host the FIFA World Cup in 2022. Each ruler, a chapter in the Al Thani legacy, has contributed to the metamorphosis of Qatar from a pearling enclave to a global powerhouse. As the 21st century unfolded, the Al Thani family's rule witnessed Qatar's metamorphosis into a nation of grandeur and influence. The modern era under the Al Thanis has been characterized by a strategic diversification of the economy, a bold foray into international diplomacy, and a commitment to cultural patronage that has placed Qatar on the world's cultural map. Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani's vision propelled the nation forward with initiatives like the Qatar Investment Authority, which strategically invested in international markets, making Qatar an economic juggernaut. The nation's skyline, punctuated by futuristic architecture, became a symbol of its economic ascent. Education City and Sidra Medicine stand as testaments to the Al Thani's dedication to education and healthcare. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the current emir, continued this trajectory, fostering advancements in technology, sports, and the arts. The pinnacle of Qatar's international influence came with the successful bid to host the 2022 FIFA World Cup. This global event not only showcased Qatar's state-of-the-art facilities, but also acted as a catalyst for socio-economic reforms, including labor laws aimed at improving workers' rights. The World Cup also thrust Qatar into the global limelight, challenging the nation to balance its rich traditions with the demands of a modern international audience. The Al Thani family's adept navigation through these waters has further solidified their status as a ruling dynasty that is as progressive as it is rooted in its heritage. Did you enjoy this video? Click on any of the cards on your screen right now for similar content. Thank you.